5-0 Columbia.
This should be another good one, though. We've got Mason McCready for the Bison.
He's 11-7, a senior.
And he is wrestling Aaron Azalea. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that one. Ayzerov, excuse me, sorry. Heavy hands early by McCready.
All right, 184 now. Senior against a sophomore. Records are fairly equal. 11-7 for McCready. 13-7 for Ayzerov.
Ayzerov in on a quick shot. He tries to go out the back door. McCready was able to get him back to basic for a second. They're still in that scramble position. McCready needs to fight his hips on top. He's got that far ankle. He might look to try to pass it soon. He's going to give up the 2.
Ayzerov just stayed with it until finally he got that takedown. Takes the 2-0 lead here early.
McCready looking to get into a power position, try to get back up to his feet. Ayzerov going crab ride. Trying to throw that leg in. He's got a shallow leg in right now on the left side. He's going to, yep, he got the other one in.
Now he wants to stretch out McCready. McCready trying to keep his hips under him, not able to do that. Ayzerov has them all stretched out now.
Yeah, and this is just not a fun position to be in. When you're flat like McCready just was, you have to hop both of his legs onto one side and start crawling forward. But Ayzerov's looking to turn off of it.
Looking for a tilt here, looking for back points.
Yeah. He was a little high. He kind of had to roll McCready through there to actually avoid going onto his own back. So pretty savvy riding there from Ayzerov.
The head coach of the Lions is Zach Tonelli. Ayzerov apparently has learned his lessons well. He's fighting extremely well here on the top.
Yeah. I mean, when you can get these boots in and just ride a guy, it really takes the life out of someone. But knowing McCready, it's very, very hard to take the fight out of him. Honestly, nearly impossible. just knowing the guy well enough. But I think McCready needs a reset here. So if he can kind of, I don't want to say crawl out of bounds, but if he can, yeah, there we go. That definitely resets in our favor.
Stalemate called. It's 2-0. Ayzerov from Columbia ahead of McCready for the Bucknell Bison.
McCready knows Ayzerov's going to look for those legs in immediately, so McCready's got to really seal off, try to catch a leg coming in. Ayzerov's going to go crossbody. He's going to try to throw the leg in on the left side after flattening him out. Yep, there it is.
There it is.
McCready does a good job catching it. There's nothing yet. McCready's going to actually try to shake him off the top, but Ayzerov does a good job flattening him out regardless.
McCready had a good move there, almost was able to get Ayzerov over the top, but then Ayzerov corrected himself, got back into position. Still riding extremely well.
That was just smart riding by Ayzerov there. He knew he was out of position, and he was able to get his hips back in and stay on top.
And that is the end of period number 1, 2-0. Aaron Ayzerov of Columbia over Mason McCready of Bucknell.
Ayzerov actually went to a parallel ride there. McCready tried to counter it towards the end. He probably would have gotten the reversal if he had a little bit more time. What you can do is if they snake that arm through on the far side, but the leg is not in, you can just roll and a lot of times just end up on top.
McCready now needs to try to take some of that time that was accrued by Ayzerov on riding time.
McCready's had the ankle locked there. He's going to go back to his claw ride.
McCready breaking down Ayzerov.
Yep. McCready's going to look to return. Ayzerov goes for kind of almost like a roll, and he gets the reversal by catching McCready's back leg. They should be probably counting here since he's on the far. He's holding the ankle. There's the count's kind of coming late.
Lets it go just in time. You have 5 seconds. If you hang on to an ankle after 5 seconds, allegedly, you get a stall call against you.
McCready's in trouble here. Not quite turned yet. He could look to swim that arm through.
He's pulling the leg off to take some of that pressure off his body.
Yep. He's able to get flat. He needs to start crawling forward, trying to get that leg out again.
Our director for this telecast is Steve Cable. He is assisted by Doug Birdsong. Technical director Sam Dixon. Our cameras are being controlled tonight by Dave Bodmer and Lindsey Perrin.
Ayzerov is looking to, he was attacking that bar for a second. McCready gets his arm free. Short time left. McCready's looking for a reversal, trying to elevate, spin through. Ayzerov's gonna have to eat a stall here. Yep.
And there is a stalling call against Ayzerov. No points awarded. It's the second one that the point goes.
Yeah. That was just some smart wrestling there by Ayzerov. He knew that there was 5 seconds left in the period. He'd rather give up the warning than the 2-point takedown, because 4 points, a 4-0 lead versus a 4-2 lead is just huge in college wrestling.
Ayzerov on a deep single leg. McCready, of course, did not want to go underneath him again, so he took the neutral position.
Both guys are scrambling hard. Higher man wins here. Ayzerov looks to be a little bit higher, but McCready's still fighting with that almost back hook seatbelt whizzer position. He's very close to 2.
And there it is. Ayzerov now 6-0 over Mason McCready.
The riding time is locked at this point. A shot by McCready goes out the back door.
And McCready turning, trying to get that takedown. Ayzerov forces back into him and collects the takedown himself.
Yeah, he's so good from that position. He does a really, really good job of collecting ankles and just keeping his height up so he doesn't get plowed over. He must have incredibly strong hips.
Potentially dangerous call. You saw the referee put his hand behind his head. That's potentially dangerous. A lot of pressure was being applied to Mason McCready's knee. 8-1, Ayzerov over McCready.
Ayzerov sits him to a crab ride, tries to elevate. McCready might hop over. No back points given yet. Ayzerov throws the leg back in.
He is very good with his leg rides.
Yeah, he's...
knows what to do with the legs. He has a good hip movement. When he gets McCready into a bad position, just continues to force him down.
Yeah, and something he's doing really well is he's not just keeping pressure on the hips, but he's keeping pressure on the shoulders. You gotta see how he's laying his own chest on top of McCready's shoulders, which just makes the ride so much more unpleasant.
13 seconds remaining. And Ayzerov in a position to give his team an additional bonus point. Final score, 9-1, Ayzerov over McCready. 4 team points for Columbia. 9-0, the team score. We'll be back with further action. You're watching EIWA Wrestling on ESPN+.